For more on Li Keqiang's Canada visit, I'm joined by Jia Wang. She's Deputy Director of the China Institute at the University of Alberta. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Justin Trudeau wants to double trade and tourism between Canada and China by the year 2025. What do you make of this goal, especially coming on the heels of his visit to Beijing, Hangzhou, and pledging to join the AIIB?
Well, I think if the two countries put their minds together and really are determined to make it happen, it might happen. Currently, Canada is only counted as about 1.5% of China's global trade, but I think that number could definitely increase because the two economies are fairly complementary, as the leaders often point out. Canada is by itself is a very rich country in natural resources and also abundance in agricultural products, and the Chinese, a growing middle class who are driving cars and who are looking for those premium economic and agricultural products, are definitely looking at Canadian products and Canadian imports. So there are a lot of areas for collaboration, and currently I think there are a lot of Chinese observers who would agree that the trade volume already has been increasing and increasing steadily, but there's still a lot of potential and a lot of space to grow.
It was Trudeau's father, former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, who formally established ties with China in 1970. Now both sides are launching a new annual dialogue. What does this say about this relationship?
Well, this really frequent visit in just this month, really signaling maybe a kind of a reset of the relationship, because for the past decade, during the last Prime Minister and the last government, there has been a bit of a hot and cold relationship. Things hasn't been very steady, hasn't been very consistent. So the new Liberal government was elected last year, and they have announced that they will be looking at a reset, and hopefully to re-energize the relationship, and also to look into the long term and to create something that is more steady, such as a dialogue between the two prime ministers of Canada and China, but also just more engagement and also maybe a broader engagement with many areas, including tourism, including investment, trades, and technology, and also governance and legal collaboration. So the two countries are working really hard to look at it as a long-term partnership rather than a short-term, also hoping to achieve something that is consistent and could potentially benefit both people but also both economies.
Jia Wang, we have about 10 seconds left. What do you hope to hear out of the visit upcoming there to Montreal?
This is Chinese leaders' very first visit within the last 6 years, so it's really significant. I think that the two sides hope to wrap up a few significant negotiations, but also just to kickstart a relationship that could probably lead into a brighter future for both nations.
All right, Jia Wang joining us there from Montreal. Thank you so much for your time.